Hey, so when I was in year 12, I was at boarding school in Narrogin, and I got this massive bruise on my thigh. It's about that big, and it was black as black can be. And I saw it like a teenager. I thought, that's strange. Ignored it. A week later, it was still there. And I thought, that's interesting. Something I can show off, definitely. So I went to the supervisors, and some of the other kids are in the supervisor's office, and I said, hey, look at this. Look how big it is. Look how black it is. And it's not even going anywhere. And they went, that's interesting. I lived on the second floor of the boarding college. The year 12 dorms were in a separate house, and it was 2-story. And I was all the way at the other end. And then one morning, I woke up. There was this purple bruise on the inside of my lip. And it was black as black can be. And I saw that, and I thought, that's interesting. And then I started to think back, and while I'd had that black bruise on my leg, I'd also started to get red marks all over my body. It looked like I'd scratched myself, or I'd been scratched. And there was a bruise, like there was broken blood vessels under the skin. No marks on the skin, just under it. There are weird places, my torso, front, back, shoulder blades, my lady beads, and they all appeared, and they were all really dark. And I thought, So I said to the supervisors, I said, it's bruise, remember this? How's it gone? They said, yeah. And then I said, I've got all these, marks on me. It looks like I've scratched, but I've broken the blood vessels, not the skin. I said, yeah. And then I said, now look at this. Showed them this big black bruise on the inside of my lip. I said, what should I do? Do I need to go to a doctor? They're like, yeah, you do. So they made an appointment in town. I went down to the doctor in town a few days later and came back and went to dinner that night. And as I was leaving the dining room, ran out with chicken, one of the other girls at school, and supervisors went, hey, no running, which is what they always do. So we kind of went, we ran upstairs to the dorms, all the way back to my dorm at the end, and I was coming down later, and I must have been walking quickly down the corridor. They said, you're not allowed to move that quickly. Stop it. You're not allowed to move that quickly. And again, I thought, calm down. This is just old people grumbling, don't run inside, all that shit. Ignored it. Went to school the next day. It was after recess, before lunch. The principal came in and said, her name is Frost. I said, all right. Have I done something wrong? They said, nope. Grab your stuff. You're going back to the hostel. I thought, that's all right. And so he walked me back to the hostel, which you don't do. Deputy principals don't take you out of class. Don't walk you back to the hostel. So he did that. And I was starting to get worried, thinking, I've been to the doctor, had a blood test. What could it be? Thinking, the only blood thing that I could think of was, got leukemia. Typical. And all he said while he was walking back kept saying, am I in trouble? Am I in trouble? Did I do something wrong? I said, no. You're just going to the hospital. Your mum's coming, you go to hospital. that was, of course, when I started thinking about leukemia stuff. Doctor, blood test, bruises, mum coming to hospital. Teenagers just don't get, semi cautious. They get semi dramatic. Yeah, so the doctors, the supervisor of the hospital said you need to pack a bag. You need to pack it for a few days. Your mum's coming to pick you up, and they're waiting for you in the hospital. Me, of course, I'm just thinking, look at me. I didn't realise the hospital was in Perth until Mum got there. So she drove me up. We went straight to Charlie's, and I was there most of the night in emergency, being checked in. No one told us anything. I can't remember this, of course. I can't remember much. Mum was there next to us. Some guy was going crazy. He was on drugs, and he must have had cops there and everything. He was just psycho. Fuck, I wish I could remember that. Yeah. So it turns out my spleen was destroying my platelets. And I had to have emergency chemo. Emergency massive amounts of infusions of platelets and stuff. And yeah, for the next few months they tried to fix me. Couldn't fix me. They gave us a name, names don't help. They said, if nothing else happens, we're going to take out your spleen. And Mum goes, nah. We knew people that had their spleens taken out, and they were okay. But that was after, motorbike accidents and serious things like that. And we were thinking, what if I'm in an accident in the future? Because often when people have an operation like that, they go on penicillin, and then they build up immunity to that, or resistance to that, or whatever. And Mum went, no, you need spleen. We're not going to make you unable to handle penicillin. And if the spleen came out, I would have had to live for the rest of my life on antibiotics. Mum didn't want that. So she basically said, nah. So we started going to all these different people to do we had our own trial of alternative therapy. And what ended up working was a mixture of proper Chinese acupuncture, where they stuck a needle in here and a needle in here, and then one in my big toe of my left foot, and one on my right elbow, I think it was. So there was that. There were these Chinese herbs I had to drink. I had to boil them. I had to drink the fluid every day. Mum said it was so foul, stunk so much, and I hated it so much. I used to have to drink it over the grass because I fear of vomiting it up. Of course, can't remember that. And then I also had to go on this ridiculous diet. A naturopath nutritionist prescribed it for me and implemented it. Everyone in the family had to do it while I was doing it because there was no way it was any go. I think crazy things like berries. Ugh, I hated berries. And sweet potato instead of normal potato, I had to have sweet potato mash and that was just a drag. And then so I had to do that. And yeah, it worked. One of those things worked. All of those things worked. Self-explain. My body doesn't kill my platelets anymore. I don't get bruises like ever. It's nuts. Yeah. But recently it's come to a point where we could all basically see that this chemo and these other treatments aren't working. And even though the chemo doesn't do anything, I don't want to keep doing it. It sucks. It sucks knowing that every 18 months I have to have chemotherapy. I have to kill my immune system so that I don't self-destruct and destroy myself. In 2 months I've had enough brain damage to prevent me doing what I want to do. And I don't want any more brain damage. And it's just tiring. So now I'm gonna go with the crazy diets. Try the crazy Chinese acupuncture. And I'm gonna hunt down these fucking herbs. And maybe get rid of this inflammation.